Hey kids, happy Easter. It's Easter already. Hope everybody found their Easter baskets already. It's been a full week since we did this before, and last week was Jericho and all the battle that happened there. And I gave you guys a quiz and asked you to answer the questions, and only one person answered, and they got them all right. Where was everybody else? Has it been that long since you've been out of school that you don't know how to take a test or what? Anyways, I was hoping to hear from you, but I didn't. Anyways, today, of course, is Easter, and I got ready for the lesson before Easter. Next Sunday is Easter, but I wanted to do something a little bit different anyways for Easter, so I wanted to spend a little more time on that. So I wanted to do this one too, because it's a really cool one. Today we're going to talk about when Joshua met the 5 kings of all the cities that are around him. I'm going to use some of Alex's men here, all of his superheroes, to kind of demonstrate what was going on. I guess this guy's going to be Joshua and his army. And up here's the king of Jerusalem. And I do have the names of the others. Cities are kind of weird, but anyways, here's the other 4 king. Well, I'll get them later. Anyways, this is like Gibeon. We got a story about them first. There's a city that was close to Jerusalem. They're very good fighting men, but they were scared of the Israelites because they seen what they did to Jericho. Marched around the whole, walk them down, and they destroyed it, took everything they had, and they were very scared about that. So they didn't want that happening to them. So they're kind of trying to come up with a plan to trick the Israelites. So what they did is they went and dressed in really old beat up clothes and put on shoes with holes in it, and the things that they carried their wine in, they patched and made it look like they were on a journey for a real long time, and actually they ended up a few miles away from where they were. So anyways, Gibeonites came up here acting like they were almost dead tired, coming to the Israelites. Now I don't think Joshua was in on this. It was kind of the leaders of the Israelites that did this. And said, oh, we come from a far land and we're already scared. Well, we're not scared. We just wanted to make peace with you guys because, you know, we don't know how far you guys are going to go. We wanted to make sure everything was good. We didn't want to harm you guys. So we didn't want you to harm us either. So can we make a treaty, a peace treaty, that you guys won't destroy our city and take all of our goods and kill us all? And they said, oh, okay. Now they did that without acquiring God first. They should have asked God. You know, is this real? So they got tricked and they didn't realize it. So these guys are all happy and they went back to their city, and they were going to be destroyed anymore because they had a peace treaty with Israel. Now, if you know anything about God and his people, when they make a peace treaty, they got to stand by it. They keep their word. Okay? So Joshua found out about this and he said, what's going on? So all these guys are from a far land. And they didn't want to, you know, they wanted to make peace with us because they didn't want anything to happen to us, and we didn't want anything to happen to them, so we needed a treaty. Well, then they found out they just lived a few miles down the road, so they went down and talked to these guys, okay? And said, what's up? You guys said you lived far away. And, well, we're scared. We didn't want you to beat up, and we didn't want to get killed, and we didn't want you to take our city over. So we did that so you wouldn't do that. And he said, well, we're not going to hurt you guys because we made that, you know, we made that peace treaty with you, and we're good with our word. And God wouldn't want us to do that, because if we went against our word, then we would probably be in trouble with God. And who wants to be in trouble with God? So anyways, said, we'll allow you to live, but you're going to have to be woodcutters and water carriers for us. And what that stood for was they were water carriers and woodcutters for the temple. You know, they did a lot of sacrifice and had a big fire going, need a lot of wood. So they were in charge of getting all the wood. And of course, there's a lot of washing and cleansing and going on, so it takes a lot of water too. So this is what the Gibeonites did. So, okay, we were good with them. So we went back to Gilead, where they were from. Now, King of Jerusalem, he was a little upset because Jerusalem was only a couple miles from these guys, and it was a very important city to him. Good fighting man and everything else, and he was a little worried, like what was going to happen. Now we get the names of these other cities here. Okay, so he acquired kings of 4 other cities. This is the king of Hebron, If I can get them to stand up here, they don't stand up too good. Some superhero, huh? Come on, buddy, stand. There you go. And the king of Jeremuth. Yeah, Captain America. And king of Lachish. And the king of Oglen. Said, hey guys, we need to take this city over before Israelites get to them, because if they get to them and then they come after us, I'm dead meat, man. I'm done. I'm toast. So we got to take care of them before Israelites get to them. So you guys get your armies together and let's go take care of them. And they said, okay, let's do that. So they went over and they started attacking the Gibeonites. All right, you got them all surrounded here. There's room for 5. Now, you know how you hear the thing, more is better? In this case, okay, we got 5 armies against 1. So somehow, Gibeonites had a guy come, got through these dudes and went back and told Joshua, hey, these 5 kings are attacking us, we need your help. So Joshua, it was early evening, said, okay, we're going to come up and help you out. So they marched all night, and it figured to be about 25 miles. You know, remember, okay, you got up the morning before, did all day, worked all day, whatever. Now I have to march all night. We're talking probably from the distance of Allensville to Lewistown. Marched all night, and at daybreak, they got there, and they started fighting these guys, okay? Now, God told Joshua, he said, don't be afraid of them. We got you now. We're going to take care of them. So whenever he got there, he sent these armies into confusion. They didn't know what they were doing. And so they're actually handily beating them pretty bad. And so these guys started to flee back this way, whatever way it was. Okay, he died. But they started going back this way. Okay. And Joshua followed. Oops, sorry. He started following after them. And whenever they did that, God sent a really severe hailstorm. And actually more people died from the hailstorm than what they did by the sword. And so Joshua knew that God was going to deliver these people from this. And so when the battle went on all day, Joshua looked back and he probably, what do you think Joshua thought? He said, wow, look at me. I'm just defeating 5 armies in 1. You think that's what he thought? I don't think so. I think Joshua thought, you know, I knew God can do this. I know he can do that. And Joshua's name means the Lord saves. Remember that, the Lord saves. And what better person name than that to lead the Israelites into the land of Canaan and to deliver them from all of these kings and cities that they had to conquer to get their land back. So Joshua knew all along. Joshua was a very faithful man. He was from little. He already knew back 40 years ago that they could take the land. So he knew God wasn't going to let them down. So he took care of them, and he won. And so Joshua and all the others overpowered them, but it was getting late in the day. Okay, God, starting to get dark, and so Joshua said, well, I don't want the day to end, because if it gets dark, I don't know where they are. So he asked God, God, please allow the sun to stand still. So keep it daylight so we can finish this war. So it did that. So the sun stood still for nearly a day. Okay. Now that is in the passage of Joshua chapter 10. Okay. So I want you guys to read Joshua chapter 10 and 11 to get the whole story. Now the story about the Gibeonites tricking them is in chapter 9 and 8, I think. So just remember that. And oh yeah, snack time. My snack is a smoothie today. My wife makes awesome smoothies. Boys, I want them every night. So anyways, I want to try to illustrate a little bit about the dynamics of what God did for this army today, okay? And try to get you to understand this is the miracle that God has created. Now I'm going to try to do a little bit of an illustration here with my makeshift solar system. This is our Earth with the moon, and this is the sun, okay? And we rotate around the sun, and we spin. I'm going to make sure we spin the right way. No, it's the other way, this way. Sorry about that. We go around the sun, right? Okay. One day is one revolution of the globe, right? Okay. And 1 year is one revolution around the sun. Okay. So, when Joshua fought this war and he asked God, I'll hide behind the sun for a little bit, to stop the sun, my question for you today is, and I really want you guys to text me and answer this one. There's no wrong answer, okay? But I want you to think a little bit about how God might have done this. Did he stop the earth from spinning? Did he stop the earth from moving? Did he have the sun move somehow so it moved with the earth? How did God do this without messing up the whole solar system? Okay, now you got to think, who created the solar system? Who made it all start in the first place? Okay, it was God. So if God created it and got it started, can he stop it too? Okay, think about that. Now there's another thought that I wanted you to think about. Is there a record of this happening? Yeah, we have it in the Bible, and we prove that this happened. Did God actually make this happen? And back years ago in 1997, there was an evangelist came around named Steve Wingfield. And one thing that he said, and I'm not sure where he got this, you know, so I can't say that it's true or whatever, but he said this, and I'm sure that it was. Where he got the info, I don't know, maybe you guys can look it up on Google or somewhere. Just try to find it for yourself. You got all this time now since you're not going to school. But he said that there were scientists to try to backtrack time to see when time started and how everything started. You know, and since they move everything in years, so I don't know if they backtracked the whole track of the earth for millions of years, thousands of years. I guess it would be millions for them, what they thought. But he was saying what they found was a discrepancy of about 23 hours in the time. So in Joshua 10, it says about how the sun stood still for nearly a day. So you just think about that. There is maybe some evidence that scientists found. When they try to disprove things in the Bible, sometimes they find the Bible being true. So God knows what he's doing. God is in control of all things. And so I want to give you my cell phone number again. And if you don't have your own phone, hopefully your parents will allow you to text me with your answer or your thought on how God stopped the sun. And I want to read the verses first. It's in Joshua chapter 10. Read it, and then I want your opinion or your idea on how maybe God stopped this. I hope you all have a great Easter. I miss you guys so very much. Can't wait to get back with you again. See your smiling faces. It just makes my day when I'm there every Sunday. Can't wait to get there. But just remember, God is in control of all things. Whether it's disease, or whether it's war, or whatever it is, God is in control. You have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye now. Hey kids, I forgot one thing. I forgot to give you my cell phone number. So my cell phone number is 814-386-1865. And I want your answers here this week. I really hope to hear from you. Thank you.